go to the NBA. We do ask, I ask for your patience every year, and we're going to have to be patient again as we break in young players. But we love this team. We love our schedule is going to be very demanding. We make that trip out to Maui, right? And we go out, and we could play out there. We could play Kansas, UCLA, Duke. Duke was the highest rated game of all, from what I understand, of any of the NCAA tournament games. So what do you think ESPN may be thinking as far as that Maui tournament? What's best about it, we're going to go out there and do our best, and then we're going to come back and watch Brady Hoke beat Ohio State. Yeah. Brady and I have been together 2 or 3 times. There's no, I'm telling this, your job is easy, man. This is an easy job being the coach of Michigan. He is, I really love what's happening now at the university. Almost all our buildings are done. If you saw our player development center, the windows are going up, the glass is going up, it's getting bigger and better every day. Chrysler is having the most extreme makeover you'd ever seen. They're working 3 shifts, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7, to get Chrysler up to speed. And there's not a more exciting time in my mind to ever for me to be coaching or coaching at Michigan. Go Blue. Thank you.
It never ceases to amaze me how John wants us to all feel sorry for him that he has to go to Maui in November. He's really pulling it off, actually. Some of you may have heard I went on a little jaunt earlier in the year and found us a new football coach. And I just want you to know I couldn't be more pleased. I could not be more pleased with the way Brady and his staff have come in and won the hearts and minds of our existing players. And if you've been following what's been going on the recruiting trail, it is just remarkable. Michigan football is back because we have a Michigan man who understands what it's all about, both academically as well as on the field. And we couldn't be more excited, and I couldn't be more excited, to introduce to you the head football coach at the University of Michigan, Brady Hoke.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and I appreciate that, but we haven't won a game yet, so I would hold your applause. But I'll tell you, we are so excited and humbled as a staff and as a family to be back at the greatest university in the country and in the world, where you get a global education, and we get to have guys who have a passion to come play at the winningest program in college football, and that's what we're going to continue to be, the winningest program in college football. So it's great. It's obviously great to get back. The one thing that I want to do a little bit, and we like to have a little interactive meeting tonight, and we've got a lot of Michigan grads in here. And I'm sure the intelligence level is high, which doesn't mean you follow directions. And the whole point of this exercise is for you to understand what we believe in as a staff, and what we feel, and how we're going to teach and mentor those kids that we get to be around. And that's an important thing. And so I'm going to take you through a little bit of how we meet as a team. And 4 things that we talk about every time we meet as a team. And those 4 things are important because we understand the character of the guys who need to play at Michigan. We understand the great traditions and the legacies. 132 years college football for Michigan starting in September. Those are important things. A young man, Chris Floyd. Yeah. Chris Floyd. You talking about a guy who understands and is a Michigan man, that man is. Because of how he played the game, how he went to class, how he represented himself in the community. So as we go through this little exercise, we'll see, number one, IQ level, following directions, and also explain to you a little bit why these things are important. So, if this was a team meeting, first thing I would say is good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, that was halfway good. And the reason is, we've got to teach kids how to interact. And you'd be amazed on a college campus how many kids are on those iPod deals or they're on their cell phone, and there's no communication. And part of that is respect, how you introduce yourself to somebody. And in a little way, so every time we start a meeting, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, or the evening, it always starts out with give and take. So we'll try it again. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, that's good. That's good. The next question I'll have for them is championships. Championships. Nick is sharp, all right? We have won 42 Big Ten championships. 42. That's significant. We have an accountability to those guys who played on those teams, those coaches who coach those teams, as a football program, as a football team. So we always talk about the 42 championships. So I will say good evening.
Good evening.
Championships.
42.
Very good. I'll tell you what, a little sharper than a couple other places. I'm not going to say where. Okay? The next thing we'll talk about is years. Years. Very good. Very good. We're playing in, this season will be the 132nd year of Michigan football. You think about the legacies of those teams. You think about the guys who graduated, who played on those football teams, and a university that's had the opportunity to play 132 years of football. We are accountable. We are the 132nd team of playing in Michigan. Our seniors need to know that and understand that, because that's their legacy. That is their legacy. And we won't win unless our seniors understand that. So we're going to go again. Good evening.
Good evening.
Championships.
42.
Years.
132.
Very good. You're a sharp group. Steve, did you put these guys together? Last thing we talk about is B. And just simply I'll say B, and then they will say
Ohio.
State.
All right,
Ohio.
we got a problem.
Just Ohio. It's just Ohio.
It's just Ohio. I've been asked why, and it's 4 little letters, and it just is Ohio. So, I've been doing this for a long time with this Ohio deal. So, all right, you ready?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Championships.
42.
Years.
132.
Beat.
Ohio.
Give yourselves a hand. That's a good hat. We're very fortunate. We've got great rivalries. September 10th, we get to play in the first night game ever. Our guys have, and Adidas did an outstanding job on the retro throwback jerseys. Because if you've seen them in person, I can tell you, it's unbelievable. We also have an in-state rival. That's a great game for recruiting, for personal pride if you're a Michigan grad in that state. And then obviously, the last Saturday in November, there's no other game, no other rivalry in any sport than playing Ohio. So we will be accountable. Our guys have done a good job. They're in their summer conditioning. They're doing a good job. They're working hard. We had our Women's Academy. We had 300 women yesterday, and our guys, 40 of them were there all day, did a tremendous job of teaching the skills. We only had 2 injuries, which is a pretty good day. But teaching the skills and all the proceeds, we made $95,000 for the Comprehensive Campus Center at Mott yesterday. I know I probably talked too long, but on behalf of our players, because they don't say it or they don't get the opportunity, behalf on the staff, I can't tell you how excited we are, how we understand what the University of Michigan is, and how, as a program, and how as guys who are earning a degree, we want to represent all of you. And as a staff, I can promise you, we're going to do everything we can to make you proud every Saturday when it comes to the fall. Go Blue. Thank you. Go Blue!
Conquering heroes, hail, hail, Michigan, the leaders and men. Hail to the victors, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail, Michigan, the champions of the world. Go Blue!
Steve, we need the band here. All right, what questions do you have for any of these guys or me about anything going on? We'll take a few minutes, take a few questions. All right, thank you. We appreciate you. Yes, ma'am.
Were the injuries to the women or to the football team?
Good question.
Good question.
Women.
It's a good sign. What other questions?